Hello everyone, this is Cesar and we are going to learn how to play Shape of My Heart, Dominic Miller and Sting. It's going to be two videos. In this first one, we are going to learn how to play half of the song, the first half of the song. If you enjoy what we do in the channel, please hit like and subscribe. That helps the channel and is the only thing we are asking you for in Cesar All Guitar. A couple of things before we start. First of all, there are many tutorials in YouTube about how to play this beautiful song, one of my favorite songs ever, but I have to say that most of them are not getting the fingering right. I'm gonna teach it for you exactly as Dominic plays it. Just in case you find it finger breaking, especially for the left hand, I am also gonna teach you a, let's say, second version, right? That is easier for the finger in the left hand. Dominic is a great guitar player, from classical to rock, jazz, stable guitar player for Sting since the Police broke up, and he has played for many people, The Pretenders, Phil Collins, Level 42, well, and he has also recorded a lot on his own. I really highly recommend you listening to Dominic Miller. Now, it is not an easy song to play. If this is going to be your first song in an electric or acoustic guitar, I think you should practice a little bit earlier, right? The second thing is that I'm using a classical guitar, right? A full-fledged classical guitar. Sometimes Dominic plays it in a parlor guitar. In Spanish, we call those small guitars requintos. They are smaller guitars, so your fingers can get more frets in the extensions. A full-size classical guitar like this has many differences versus electric and acoustic guitars. One of them is how wide the neck is, the fretboard is, right? And the other is that the distance between frets is longer. So the extensions that you need to do in a full-size classical guitar, let's say, are more painful. That's why if you want to make it easier for you, you can practice it on an acoustic or on an electric guitar playing clean, right? And it will be easier on your fingers. Now let's get started. So the way we are gonna go around the song is, first I'm gonna show you the shape of the chords that you are gonna fret with your left hand, and after that you will see in the screen the right hand with the finger picking pattern. The right hand is simple, it's really simple. Here, let's say the complication is gonna come with the shape of the chords, because as I told you, Dominic Miller is really a great player, and well, sometimes his compositions are not easy, right? Now, the first chord we are gonna fret is an F sharp minor, like this, okay? This is going to be the first chord, okay? You have the diagram on the screen too. F sharp minor. After that, we are gonna go with a C sharp minor with an E on the bass, okay? After that, we are gonna go with a B minor with a D on the bass. And then we are going to fret here a bar on the 4th fret, and we are gonna do a C sharp 7 sus 4, right? And we are gonna end up in a C sharp 7. Okay? So again. Okay? Now we are going to start with the right hand finger picking pattern, which is really very simple. Look at this. So it's going to be the skeleton, okay? So with our mid finger, second string, thumb, fifth string, third string with the index, and second string with the finger, again, with the middle finger, sorry, again. Okay? And this is the skeleton. Now, every time we move shapes, we are going to hit with our thumb the fifth string, the bass, okay, like this, very slowly. Okay, again. Now, let's go to the resolution of the first phrase. In order to do that, remember it was a C#7/4 and then a C#7. Let's play the entire phrase so it makes sense for you. Very slowly, okay? And now, the C#7/4, what we are gonna do is we are gonna hit with our thumb the fifth string, then the second with our mid finger, then we are gonna hit the fourth string with our thumb, and then sometimes he plays it like an arpeggio, like this, the resolution in C#7, and sometimes he plays it simultaneously, first the fifth string and then the second and third strings, okay? Let's do it all together, very slowly. Okay, let's try to do it at normal speed so you see how it sounds. Now let's continue with the second phrase, this one. Which is exactly the same than the first phrase, and the only difference is that he starts with a chord that is a D with an F sharp on the bass, this chord here, okay? You have the diagram on the screen, and the beautiful thing is that when you put it all together, it adds a lot of tension to the general mood of the melody. He is such a great composer. Let me play it all together for you, first and second phrase. Now, it's beautiful. Okay, let's do it all together again. And now let's go to the third phrase, that is the one that has some monster chords. Now, it's important to remember that we ended up the last phrase here, okay? And why? Because I'm gonna ask you to go from here, where we ended up the last phrase, to finger this, okay? With your thumb at the fifth string, and then with your right hand is index, fourth fret, and mid finger, fifth fret. And now we are gonna finger a shape of a D6 that is a monster. Look at this, very slowly. Look at the right hand too, eh? Okay? Again, very slowly, look at the right hand. You have the shape on the screen. It is important that you look at the right hand too. Again, very slowly. Okay? And from there we are going to transition to an A5, but is also a complicated shape. Look at this. with a hammer on with your mid finger from the 2nd to the 4th fret. You have the shape on the screen too. Okay? Look at the right hand. Is hitting the 6th string and then simultaneously, the 2nd and 3rd. Okay? Now things get easier. Why? Because we simply hit a C sharp and then another hit on the 2nd string with your ring finger. Okay, look at the right hand. Then we go with a D. We release the pinky, ring finger, okay? Then mid finger, 3rd string. Okay, slowly. Now we go with a G sharp minor 7, adding the 11th. It sounds really very complicated, but it's relatively simple. You also have the diagram on the screen. Here simply is your middle finger, right, at the 4th fret, then your ring finger at the 4th fret, 4th string, and your pinky at the 4th fret, 3rd string, and then your index goes at the 2nd fret, 2nd string. Okay? You have the shape on the screen. Then you release your index, and on the right hand side you are hitting that with your middle finger. Then you fret 2nd fret with your index, 3rd string, and we resolve in an F sharp minor. Okay? Let me do it all together for you. Don't get frustrated. It is not an easy, let's say, a sequence of shapes. Here the trick is practice the transitions between shapes, and then you will master the piece, right? Now I'm going to show you a shortcut later in order for you to play it without going through all this complication, but that's not the way Dominic plays it, okay? Again, very slowly. Now there is a shortcut for the ones who don't want to practice those complicated shapes that I really recommend doing that, because that's the way Dominic plays it. I'm gonna make it easier for you just in case you don't want to practice that and it still sounds really good. So simply we go with a D, then with an A, C sharp, D, the same chord. This you cannot avoid it, and resolving on F sharp minor. So playing the shortcut all together. Well, I hope you have enjoyed. My advice would be practice, because this is a great song in order to get dexterity on your fretting hand. We will continue with the last part of the song in our next video, and up to that moment, as always, play your guitars, have fun, and be good. Bye.